Hello, my YouTube friends. It is I, Jen, MSPT71, and I am here for my week 11 update from vertical sleeve gastrectomy, which I had on June 19th of this year, 2014, with Dr. Frederick Tasinga out of Melrose Park at Westlake Hospital here in Illinois. And my highest weight was 279, which was just the week before surgery. Surgery weight was 271, which is 122 kilograms, 122.9. My last week's weight was 235.5, which is 106.8 kilograms, and then this week I weighed in at 234.75, 106.4 kilograms. So a loss of, woohoo, 3/4 of a pound. So I feel like I'm lucky to have even gotten that much. Normally I'll wear my, no, I don't really normally wear my shoes, but I did have these slippers on and I took them off. They were a pound, so that's how I got my 3/4 of a pound. Yeah, I think there's too many reasons. I think that it could be a lower loss. Could just be that, you know, my body's readjusting. Could be the fact I didn't get enough water in for that week. Could have been the fact that I was eating crap that week. Could have been the fact that it was my shark week. I had my cycle. So I wasn't getting any activity. I mean, there's like way too many factors to figure it out, and probably all of them combined for that. But I usually do my updates today on Saturdays or Sundays, but my weigh-in days are on Wednesdays. So I'm almost already like a half a week into my 12 week, and I stepped on the scale yesterday and I'm already down a few more pounds. So things are moving. But I also started, this week I was more active. I did a body pump class, which I used the lowest possible weight I could. Well, no, I used 10 pounds total. I mean, to do like an hour's worth of body weightlifting, and I could barely walk for 2 days. I still, like, it hurts to drink, and it's not because of my stomach. It's because my arm hurts to lift it. So, I mean, that's good. For the past week or so, I've been having a lot of back pain to the point where anytime I move or turn or lay down, I mean, my muscles just start to, it's just so painful. And so I went to see a chiropractor, and that does a lot of deep tissue work, and oh my God, that was so painful, but I feel so much better. So I feel like I'm 75% back to normal, which is good, because I was having a really hard time working and even just laying down. It was very painful. And I couldn't figure out how to fix myself, so I had to go to a chiro, but it was good. What else? Oh, planning my food. I did much better this week on kind of organizing and planning out what I was going to eat. I tried to keep it very simple. Simple works for me. When I didn't have it planned, that's when I was like, oh, what do we want to do for dinner? I know, let's go out. So that only happened maybe twice. But for the most part, I stick to three meals, to eat 3 times a day, with maybe a snack in between one of the meals as I need to. Breakfast, I'm sticking with a protein shake because I'm just not, it's better for my stomach in the morning, and then lunch, and then maybe a snack, nuts or a piece of cheese, and then dinner. So I'm really working on staying away from things like chips and that are easy to digest. One thing I did do was I had a bagel from like a bagel specialty store, and I ate the whole friggin' thing in like 40 minutes. I ate a whole bagel. Now, how does a whole bagel fit in my sleeve? I know it's different from protein, but like, really, can you guys out there, could you eat a bagel if you were going to eat one? Could you eat the whole thing? I ate the whole thing. I am such a carb addict, but I don't feel like I should have been able to eat it. You know, unless it just dissolves as soon as it hits my stomach. But I just have some concerns about maybe the size of my sleeve. So I am going to stay away from bagels. It's funny, it's these things that weren't really things I ate before, or like I have certain trigger foods and foods that I enjoy to eat or would go to eat, you know, mainly processed, sugary, fatty foods, but like bagels weren't one of them. Potato chips and tortilla chips, they weren't, well, tortilla chips were. But like potato chips, you know, I could take them or leave them, and if there's a bag in front of me, I will eat it. Like a crazy person with no, like, you know, I forget that I had surgery, or, you know, that this isn't really real food. It's just nuts. So some of the foods that I didn't call to me before call to me now. They know my name, they know where I live. So I gotta watch it. But it was much better, did a much better job planning, and that helps a lot. And I think when I stick to, you know, the really dense proteins, I'm doing better. So that's good. You know, the one thing I did notice was, oh, what else happened did I do? I was so pissed off at my husband for something that, you know what, if he does do something or doesn't do something, I can get so mad. So I ate an ice cream cone and a cookie. And it was so easy to eat it. And, yeah, because that stuff is just crap, and I guess it goes down easy. But, like, you know, got so angry in, like, such a short period of time, and I just said, I'm just going to eat this. I'm just going to eat it. I'm eating it. I'm going to make myself feel better because, you know, it's 8 o'clock. There's nothing else I can do. A walk's not going to help. Kids have to go to bed. And I was so, like, it was such the icing on the cake, so to speak. And I ate it, and it was fine. You know, I didn't beat myself up about it afterwards. I just said, well, I did it. Let's move on. Next time that anger comes up so quickly, you know, I'll go lock myself in the bathroom or something. But it's just, you know, that is how I have dealt with emotions, with boredom, with anger, loneliness. You know, and even before I realized like why I was eating, you know, I didn't even have emotions. They were just constantly covered because I was, you know, just eating all the time and numbing out. So it's just interesting that to go from, you know, feeling nothing to being like pissed really over nothing, miscommunications, things like that. Just things, you know, people get on your nerves, you get irritated. I irritate him, he irritates me. But, you know, it was either I was going to throw the ice cream cone at his head or I was going to eat it, and I ate it. So, it is what it is, but I'm really starting to learn a lot about myself. And just how quickly I go to that, this is what I want. I gotta eat. So, I don't know. Just kind of, that happened this week. But anyway, other than that, things food-wise have been going better. I think the planning really helps. Writing it down, journaling it, and MyFitnessPal helps. I read a really good blog this week by Holly Jordan. Oh shoot, I gotta go back to work. She has a blog called 300 Pounds Down, and she was talking about obsessive food thoughts and how, you know, it can just take up an entire day, a week, whatever, just constantly thinking about food. So one of the things she said in her blog was that, you know, it's many times just to relearn the same thing over and over again, and I feel like that's very true for myself. And then one of the things that I have learned before and that she reminded me of is about acceptance. So even if I have thoughts like with my getting mad at my husband or whatever, and then I start thinking about food immediately, like, I don't have to act on it. I can just accept that instead of trying to ignore that thought or fight it, I can just say, oh, okay, I'm having this thought. I accept that I have this thought. I don't have to do anything about it. I could do something about it, but just, I think my go-to is to try to avoid it, avoid that it's even there. And thoughts come all the time, you know, crazy stuff comes into our heads. And what I've learned is to just say, oh, okay, that's interesting, or, oh, you know, yeah, this is how I feel, you know, it doesn't make it right, doesn't make it wrong, but I don't have to act on it, or I could act on it, you know, and that's helped me a lot. It seems, it works for me when I remember to do that, so that was a nice reminder. But the blog is called 300 Pounds Down, and she's a VSG patient who used to weigh over 400 pounds. And she's, I think, 2 years out, 3 years out, maybe 2 years out. And, you know, she just blogs about her journey and her struggles and her successes. And it's just very inspiring. And I can really relate to everything, most of the things that she says. So, yeah, check it out. If you haven't, if you don't know of that blog. What else? So acceptance is the key. And I always forget that. So, so I said, oh yeah, and besides the body pump class, which I killed myself in, I did a yoga class, and I've been walking this week. So I've gotten a lot more activity in, and that definitely, I feel good about it, and I want to do it. So I'm really going to work on making that into a habit. I've kind of scheduled the rest of the month on things that I can do and when I can do them. I think that's, I need to be, I'm a visual person, so it helps me to see on my calendar, this is when this class is, this is when I have time to walk, yada yada hoo hoo. So, is that it? I think that's it. Congratulations to Dixie, VSG Dixie or Dixie VSG. She just got her approval for surgery September 16th, is it? Something like that. So I'm so excited for you, Dixie. You have done such an amazing job pre-op and have come such a long way. And I know you're going to do great. And I know you'd said your husband wasn't too supportive or happy about you getting the surgery. So just make sure, you know, that first week or two after you have surgery that you surround yourself with people that are going to love you and take care of you. Because it could be a little rough. So just make sure you're taken care of. But I'm so excited for you. All right, well, you guys, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for all your support, comments, and everything. I will be back next week for week 12, so take care. I'm getting it done this week. You guys go out there and get it done too, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.